Hello everyone, Death Stimulator here, bringing you some more naval action. So today we're setting sail from Port Louis in our freshly purchased and recently christened Frigate. It's going to have 18 pounders on it. No, sorry, not 18. It's got 32 pounders on the lower deck and 24 pounders on the top deck. And apart from that, it's all fairly standard. I think I've got improved magazine access, either a green or a purple. One of the two. Now we're striking out west. And we'll probably cut round the island here and head south. Once we get established. Hello. That is a great British player frigate. Now that could be a fun little fight. Presuming that they are willing to stick around for a battle. Don't see anything particularly dangerous for us. I think this is predominantly English waters, because I think English Harbour's just up that way. So we do have to watch out for that. With the wind the way it is, they could quite easily receive reinforcements. But I like the idea of having a fight. It's one of the first times we've been able to have an even match in a long time. If we can catch them out here, that would be fairly solid. We'll see how this works out. Alright, so I'm going to want to get in close because my carronades, try and do as much damage as possible. And ideally, we should be able to trade reasonably well against them. That being said, of course, they have the wind on us? Really? Okay. That sucks. We may just back out, to be honest. I don't actually want to just back out. But if they've got the wind, and that starting position on us is nuts. Fortunately, it looks like they may actually give way to us here. Which I would appreciate a lot. Indeed, it would seem that it has all worked out fairly reasonably for us. We haven't exposed ourselves too much. Granted, they do have carronades as well, so we have to be careful of that. They do have a superior crew, which is probably our greatest concern, to be honest. If they're able to board us, then that's going to be a fairly solid loss, to be frank. Well, our first proper trade seems to have worked out relatively well for us. I think we might be a little undercrewed, actually. So we're going to have to watch out for that as probably a fairly poignant factor in how this match is going to unfold. Really want to try and get a nice raking shot on them here. So we did miss a lot of shots off that, but at the same time we've basically traded a few hits for no hits, which I will honestly take most days. Probably get something similar here as well. Overextended a little bit, but that's alright, hasn't cost us too much. Well, so far, can't complain. Things seem to be working out quite nicely for us. I'm going to hold off on using our portside guns and just wait. We can afford to be relatively patient here. I mean, heck, even if we have to kill them with our forward chasers. A bit wide on that second shot. Got to make sure we play reactionary here. My biggest concern is once again just getting into kind of a boarding action against them. Looks like they're running. That's a little disappointing, but to be expected, I suppose. We traded very well. We'll see if we can get our carronades up to hit their sails. That really didn't feel like where I was aiming, to be honest, but that's alright. Well, fortunately we're making some ground on them. And as long as we keep plugging away at their sails with chain, should be fine. Should be able to run them down. That wide one, though. Should just take my time and fire them individually. Well, fortunately we were able to pull most of our sails in time. Wrong way. I know we're firing double shot and would probably be better switching up to chain, but to be honest, if they decide to turn and fight, I don't want to have chain equipped. Maybe we might be able to mast them. Alright, well we've got the sails and the speed on them at the moment, so we're just going to start working our way through that hull of theirs. Actually decent raking shot for once. Have to be careful, they are smoking. Ooh. No, there may have just been a similar particle effect. Oh no, no it is smoke. I really don't want to stick too close to them. But at the same time, it is certainly a good opportunity for them to get away. Yeah, there we go. though with their sails the way they are, that's getting away isn't exactly going to work out too well for them. They've been forced to pop a repair, which is good. Not the ideal way to use chain shot, but it works. Bit better. Okay, they've popped one of their sail repairs. See what damage we can do to their sails here. Looks like we got our timing a little bit wrong, so we're actually going to pop our own sail repair here, just to make sure we keep up with them. Well, no help's coming for them at this point, which is good. All that's left is for us to just finish them off. They still have the crew advantage on me, so I'm going to continue to be wary of catching up to them. All in all, a rather successful fight. We were able to get the drop on them. And they did give us the win, though. That was the big thing. They let us get behind them. We may have to trade a broadside here. Oh no, it looks like they aren't turning completely. Wasn't really paying attention to where our dot was there. That was rather poor of us. Oh, not our dot, our red line. I was kind of thinking of where that last shot had gone. So I think they've still got one more repair left, potentially. I didn't see them use a second one, though they could have. Just going to focus on the sails for a little bit. Maybe if I get very fortunate, I'll actually be able to knock their crew numbers down enough to capture them. Though, if I'm going to do that, I want to have at least 50 crew advantage. Just because I don't know what sort of stuff they've got, if they've got bonus defense or firepower or something. It's a little bit too risky for me. Really just have to be careful here. Got to actually let them have a little bit of leadway. From this position I could be setting up to lob grape onto their decks, but I'm actually more interested in sinking them for the experience. I don't think there's I don't think there's a similar amount of experience between capturing them. I think we do get significantly less. Could be wrong about that, of course. Well, I suppose we're coming up into the last half hour of this fight, so I should probably start getting a bit more aggressive here. Otherwise they're just going to run down the clock. And as much as I can respect that as a strategy, I would rather that not actually occur. So we'll plug a few more shots into the sails. Then we're going to swing ourselves out and just blast away at their kind of rigging and masts, etc., and so on. This array of shots, I'm just going to focus on their hull, try and sink them. And actually, if we can get a good line up. It's a little bit off. That's unfortunate. Was that almost entirely ricochets? I think it was. Just having a go at that hull there. We can probably hit us from this angle. I guess they might be trying to get our masts from that. Very, very high. I'm just going to go broadside to broadside with them at this point. I really, really don't want to risk getting bored, to be honest. I'd rather take the hits. Yeah, they've popped their last repair. We've still got both of ours. Double checking, yes we do. bit higher than I want. And that will probably do at this point. Oh, they're in a little bit of repair back. Just gonna wait for this next, really? Okay. Next round to fire off. Next volley, I should say. And then I'll switch up to survival. Alright, we're going to take off, we're going to put ourselves on repairs. Actually, I want to get speed on once again. I'm still a little nervous about what modules they might have. Well, that was a longer battle than I anticipated. We might actually wrap it up here for today. So, there's not really too much else I hope to accomplish. I'm actually really happy that we got to have a reasonably even match. Even if things went our way for the majority of the fight. I'll hang around until we can get our experience in that up from that, so we can actually get a look and see how worthwhile that encounter was. What I'll do is I will spare you guys sitting through my repairing, and I'll just cut back when we get to our closing screen. Alright, and we're back. Yes, that was worth it. That was definitely worth it. 10,000 gold, 1,166 experience. I would really like to get more fights against players if they're going to be like that. And it would also give us an opportunity to, improve, basically. More player fights, more losses, more wins. All opportunities to improve our sailing, which I'm always happy to do. And there they are. Looks like that was their last durability, or at least the last one they were willing to, I guess, lose. Really? I'm not even going to waste my time. Well, we will wrap it up there for the moment. As usual, it's been Death Stimulator. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do let us know. And please consider liking, commenting, favoriting, or subscribing, as your support does mean the world to me. I'll see you all next time.